I recognize the real uncomfortable truth about us that oftentimes that I feel like that secularism misses, that secularism does tend to categorize people into, as you observe, here's what beautiful people look like. It's the Darwinian thought process. It's the strong survive. It's natural selection. Everything is, here's what it looks like to be the ideal. And obviously the problem is that culturally, each culture gets to define what that looks like. And then on the flip side of this, here are the people who are broken. And so the secular thought is it is either or. Here's what is beautiful, here's what is good, here's what is my friend, here's what I'm all about. I'm okay with these people. Or here's what it's like to be broken. And here are the people who are broken. Here are the things that are broken. Right. And what that thought process leads us to is what I mentioned with that, is that people always wind up becoming then an inconvenience to us, that it is easier to dismiss those that we would categorize as broken. And it's easier for us to rid ourselves of them. And all throughout human history, the worst things that have happened along the way have happened because we've lost the tension that it's both. That's not either or, but it's both. It's both that we are created in the image of God, and so there's beauty in humanity. That's where I get beauty from, right? There's beauty in humanity. It's the Imago Dei, co-image bearers with God, male, female, all of us carrying the image of God with us. So there's this beauty, and then there's this brokenness, right? That whether or not we would use that terminology, or whether or not we would use theological jargon or words to be able to describe the sinfulness within us, but in the very least, there's this sense, there's brokenness. That the way that I tried to communicate that was that it simply manifests itself in different ways, right? And so for each of us, we have seen the brokenness of humanity manifest itself in a unique way to a certain extent. And so that's the uncomfortable truth about us, is that there's beauty inherently because we're created in the image of God. There's brokenness within us and within each of us. And when we hold those two things in tension and we see both of those things clearly, it leads us to being able to see, one, that's who I am, so I can consider all those things about myself, but then I can't ever then just simply dismiss people as an inconvenience, or I can't just look at other people and say, okay, they're there for my usage. So I can use them or abuse them. And so this is one of the greatest tensions that we have.
Right.